Hi everyone, this is the hysterical deaf woman. Oh, it looks like I have black eyes. I don't have black eyes. Anyway, if this is the first time on my channel, I'm about 87% deaf, and I do film reviews, and I do a lot of public relations for indie films. Um, I've gotten way back into that. So if you ever need anything like that, I share a lot of things and do GoFundMe's for independent. That means artists, and that means musicians, that means writers, and anything independent. You know, the whole artist thing, and art can include an awful lot of things. So if you'd like to follow me, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I have my own blog and, of course, some vlogs here on the YouTube channel. So please go ahead and like and subscribe. There's a lot more than Murphy, my pit bull. But anyway, today I'm out here doing the laundry because it's cool, and I'm very down to earth. So I'm wearing my Jaws, which is my favorite movie. That I've actually never reviewed. So I'm out here in my t-shirt because it is going to be like 102 today. So if you can work through that, that's who I really am. I don't like to dress up much. Anyway, I wanted to address the whole Princess Diana thing. I'm getting an awful lot of comments on people making comments on my comments, and I'm commenting on other comments. And just to say real quickly that I believe Princess Diana with ADHD or ADD on the spectrum. I mean, I have been following her for some time, not just on social media thing. It has nothing to do with that. We're actually cousins. I don't have to say how close. Let's just say we share the same grandfathers. Okay? I'm a Mullinex, and the Queen is not too thrilled with us. We have a huge hearing loss in our family, and plus we're the ones who had David leave with well, her nickname was Red, so I won't get into that, but that is why Queen Elizabeth became Queen Elizabeth, and it was a good and a bad thing. Let's just say I have a lot of admiration for her stepping into the role. I don't have anything against the royal family, but I do have problems with monarchies now. I'm starting to change from that. And so I believe, because they, you know, even Diana said it, that her brother was a smart one in the family, and that she was a non-starter. She was considered a non-starter if you look at the interviews. And she liked dancing and wanted to be a dancer and acting. She did plays. She didn't finish her high school. She dropped out. She followed her own, the beat of her own drummer, didn't really care for authority and doing things the way everybody else did. Do I have to go any further? What is that really saying there? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it, people. I mean, somebody, a young person who can't sit still, doesn't like authority, an artist's soul, a non-starter. It should get kind of obvious there. People are saying, I don't have proof of this, but we shoot from the hip. I'm ADD and autistic on the spectrum. I could talk a mile a minute, or I could not talk at all. Very shy, likes to be the center of attention, but also gets very overwhelmed easily and needs to take breaks. Starting to sound familiar, anybody? Okay, if you go through a lot of the videos, clear back to, we're the same age, by the way, you can spot that quite easily, whether talking to her sisters or her brother herself. I mean, shooting from the hip is the big thing on impulse by ADD people or people on the spectrum. They don't mean to be that way, they just do. And that can be kind of a dangerous, no, let's just say that is a dangerous thing. It's gotten me in a lot of trouble, probably going to get me in trouble right now. But if you are in something like that, whether it be politics or, of course, the royal family, you do not want to be talking to the press. You do not want to have a lot of attention to there. And you certainly don't want to tell people after your divorce about, you know, things that were going on in the family. And my sources, which I won't reveal, and I'll have a lot of people say, well, you can't prove that, and we'd like you to reveal it. It's really not important now. Prince Philip has passed. He did a marvelous, marvelous job for what he did, and staying alive so long and healthy. I don't have anything against all that. because in a way I can see their position and their side. If the, you know, in war, in politics, in monarchies, if you have somebody that is unreliable and quite impulsive, would you want them out there in front? Would you want them in charge? I'll give you a second to think about that. Forget the baby, or she was pregnant, if she was going to marry this man when she was in the wreck. Just think about it. She was about to spill some more beans. She spoke first, which was one of her mistakes, which is, I'm not the only one who said this in interviews. And she made the mistake of speaking out first about the divorce and some of the problems, and in public, which is also, as you know, a big no-no with the monarchy. Again, not saying anything good or bad about the monarchy. My own husband doesn't like it when I make him the clown in my videos. That's why he stopped. Because I didn't realize I was doing it. I actually didn't realize it. So you have to remember, we ADD people don't even realize that we're doing it. We kind of just shoot from the hip, do things on impulse, and it gets us in a lot of trouble. And I think it got her in an awful lot of trouble. And why do I have... you know, most of the people, the Pakistani surgeon that she really adored. Now, again, we don't know this for sure, but, you know, he had even pointed out, several people, that she had bad habits. Again, I just forgot my laundry. It was here last night, and I'm just now getting to it. This is not a major crisis, but this is what I do often. And, yeah, bad habits. So, again, I'll give you a few seconds, people. What does that point to? If you got a child or a young person, it doesn't necessarily go away. It's been pointed out that Charles was older than his years and she was younger. Again, what does that point out with all my ridiculous winking and my black eyes? People have said that about me. My husband is 12 years older than me. I am younger in my age. He was older. We're still working at it. Today's our anniversary, 22 years. Tomorrow's my birthday. Let's just say I'm almost 60. Thereabouts, into the 60s. Yeah, that all points to on the spectrum. And if you watch Atypical and things like that, you know, we're talking about people who can be quite social, but can also be a little aloof in some things. And a cry, she cried. You see her crying a lot. We're overly sensitive. It's not just that Charles made her cry. I mean, and I'm certainly not, I adore Diana, and I'm not putting her down, but also that would not work in the royal family. Not everybody's cut out for that, right? Not everybody's cut out for it. Let's just say that. So, anyway, I think it would be quite easy to set up an accident and have somebody taken away to the hospital if it didn't work out the way that it should. Block the photographers, have the firemen block the photographers so paparazzi and other people can't see. I've worked in many, many hospitals, so you can easily take somebody to the hospital and then go from there. If she was supposed to die in that crash and didn't, they would be going, oh my goodness, what do we do? What are we supposed to do now? I mean, oh gosh, she didn't die. She's passing out again. You know, we'll keep her sedated, keep her sedated. What do we do? Let's get an ambulance. Let's see if she dies. Let's wait. All these things are, of course, speculation. Some of them make quite a lot of sense and others don't make sense naturally. So I'm not saying one way or another. But it is something that's been done by M16, you know. M16, that's a gun. And once, I'm not British and I'm deaf, so I don't know how to, you'll have to forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce these things. English wasn't really my first language. I kind of done my own. I didn't finish high school either, let's just say that. I was a pitcher, so they let me go through anyway, and I've had to learn on my own how to speak, how to read, how to write. So I know I'm going to get jammed for that and poked. But anyway, without making this too long, that isn't just my theory. Well, it is my speculation, my theory, and some of it is just pure observation, 4 years of psychology that I also didn't graduate from because I'm not very good with confinement and rules and sticking with something. So take that into consideration, folks, if you would. just the fact that you put all those things together. I just mentioned I can even put them in a 1, 2, 3, 4. It really does point to ADD and on the spectrum kind of things. For you, those of you who are that way yourselves, give it some thought, okay? Yeah, the monarchy would not want a live wire. She's been called what do you call it? A live bomb ready to go off. All those things are very dangerous. It was to Marilyn Monroe and the Kennedys. Um, it wouldn't be terribly easy to kill somebody. It would certainly be inhumane, and I've been upset about it forever. I'm completely obsessed by it, as a matter of fact. I'll be the first to admit, but but I also know it's been quite a while now. The Queen is quite adorable. I'm just having a problem with monarchies, and if we really even need all this anymore. Yeah, but I'm out of breath here. Anyway, like and subscribe. Thank you, new followers. I really, really appreciate it. I don't always talk political or things like this, but again, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I try to do a lot of promotional things for independent film and local things for people that need help. And I'll try to get to all of you as soon as I can, but I'd help to share your things on social media. If you have a film project, an art project, a music project, and anything else that you can think of that's art, I'm your gal. I'll do what I can. It's all volunteer, no charge whatsoever. I'd love to hear from you on that end too. I'd love to hear your comments. Remember to stay kind. This isn't an argument. We shouldn't get nasty and cuss, because those people will be blocked anyway. I appreciate your opinion. You have the right to your opinion. But and the thing is, we're all concerned here, and we can have a nice conversation and a nice argument, I guess. So, all right, guys, gang, thank you for everything. And I'm going to shut for now. I got my incomplete laundry done. And I'm sorry for doing it in the laundry room, but that's what you got to do sometime in this heat. So I hope you're all staying cool and can handle my strange black eyes. What did I do? What did I do? Anyway, take care, everybody. I love you. And let's stay happy and keep smiling. The world's tough enough.